Good evening, and welcome to the Big Z Sports Extra Point Show, showcasing the Ridgewood Generals, powered by Keim Home Center. Food for tonight's show provided by Amici's Pizza. Now, let's head to the Hartzler's Quality Housing Mobile Studio at the Field House at Ridgewood High School in West Lafayette with Big Z Sports.
Welcome into the Ridgewood Fieldhouse here in West Lafayette. Big Z Sports is bringing you the Keim Home Center Extra Point Show once again, and we will be highlighting, of course, if we're in West Lafayette, the Ridgewood Generals. It'll be myself, Nick McWilliams, and Adam Saweski here to bring you all the things you need to know about Generals athletics, as we will be talking with Athletic Director Jesse Smolder coming up here in a little bit. We will also be talking with head coach John Slusser and some of your favorite Generals players, too, that you see out there on Friday nights. Now, Adam, of course, we're going to be talking all things athletics when it comes to Ridgewood coming up here in a little bit. But I know coming down here, going into week 4 of the high school football season, we know Ridgewood's pretty happy with the overall record.
Absolutely, and they only give up 2 points so far on the season. And as Coach Slusser pointed out last week, it was another mistake that we made. That wasn't defensive points. That was a safety.
Well, I was going to say, you made that mistake. I was innocent in this. I don't know where I was. I was somewhere, but it was not me.
He was on fire last week.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, that's what happens after, a rain delay and stuff. They had to wait. I mean, come on. What did you expect to happen?
Yeah, now, the one thing I will say is this setup this week is fantastic with Amici's hooking us up with
food. You want to show everybody what's behind the helmet right there? Because Adam has no self-control, apparently.
This is my prop, and I realized I was still carrying my sandwich. So there's my sub from Amici's.
My pizza, meanwhile, is all the way over there. See, I had to do it professionally.
I'm going to make this disappear after when we go to our first break.
I'm sure that will happen, yes.
But I got my bite in before we started.
Yeah, of course. A huge thank you to Amici's Pizza as Casey Claxon's bringing over there. Proof pizza. Thanks, Casey.
We can just turn this into a segment of us eating.
No one wants to watch that at all. Of course, a huge thank you to Amici's Pizza for providing food for all the athletes and everybody you'll be seeing here tonight. If you are in West Lafayette or in Janayton Hutton, you want to try a big city taste for a small town price, be sure to stop by and check out Amici's. I have yet to find anything off of that menu that I would not order again.
Exactly, and it seems like every year or every time there's something new. They keep adding new, and guess what? Everything that's new is just as good as everything else. So,
yeah. And believe me, we also know how normally it works out there whenever we talk to Amici's for providing food, is that we said, hey, we got X amount of people that you need to provide for. Okay, is this good? And we have a full table set up back there. So the players are going to be eating good today, that is for sure.
Yes, they are.
So stick around here for the Keim Home Center Extra Point Show. When we return, we'll be talking with Athletic Director Jesse Smolder, talking all things Generals athletics right here live on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel.
In the rolling hills of Holmes County, we tend to do things a bit differently. At Keim, we're in the business of uncommon experiences, and we're here to care for your project like we care for our own. We believe that quality matters and want to help you get it right the first time, because your project deserves it. So visit Keim Home Center, your source and destination for all things home, building, and woodworking. Keim, built on trust since 1911.
When you think pizza, think Amici's Pizza, with locations in West Lafayette and Janayton Hutton. Amici's Pizza offers you your favorite traditional pizzas, as well as specialty pizzas, subs, wings, and salads. Everything from the dough to the sauce is made fresh daily. There's just something different about a pizza from Amici's. Try one today in West Lafayette or Janayton Hutton. Big city taste for a small city price. Learn more. Find Amici's on Facebook.
Welcome back into the Ridgewood Generals Fieldhouse here from West Lafayette, live on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel, and it is the Extra Point Show built by the Keim Home Center. As promised, it is Athletic Director Jesse Smolder for the Ridgewood Generals. How you doing today, sir?
I'm great. How are you guys?
Oh, not too bad. I know that this is quite the busy time of the year for you guys. I pulled in here and I completely forgot, because I think this happened before when we came down here for an Extra Point Show. You guys actually got a middle school game going on right here.
We do. We got middle school football, 7th grade with Garraway right now and 8th grade to follow. So they just started the second half. So things are running smoothly so far. But you're right. It's a busy time of year. A lot of sports going on, and it's an exciting time to be a General and an exciting time to be a high school fan.
Well, I know there's never a bad time to be a Generals fan,
true.
right? Yeah,
absolutely.
Of course. Adam?
Yeah, so, obviously, with that being said, Just talk about the start of the school year from the athletic director's office. Any type of, maybe some improvements over the summer you want to touch on, or just anything going on in the office itself.
Sure. No, it has been a really good start to the school year in the building and then on the athletic field. We're excited about all of our sports teams. They've been competing well. Really at the varsity level, pleased. Obviously, football is off to a great start. Our girls' golf team has been fantastic. I think they're 10-2 overall. They've been playing lights out, and it's crazy. Golf season's almost over. We start with sectional play next week. So those guys, volleyball's been competing well. They've gotten some nice experience under their belt, varsity-wise too. So that's been great. Girls soccer, they've played some close games too, gotten some wins, some big wins. So that's going in the right direction. So we're excited about all that. So sports-wise, it's been great. Facility-wise, I wanted to thank Sean and Sherry Shaw. They came and painted our bleachers. I know you can't see it here, but they did a fantastic job donating their time and paint and all of that, and it looks fantastic. It spruced the stadium up so nicely. And it's kind of one of those things where you don't realize how, good it looks now compared to, you're like, yeah, this looks good. Now it really pops in. They did a great job. So I appreciate them and Appearance Supply Company for that.
That's awesome. I mean, anytime you can get a fresh new look, and, it's obviously by some, community members that just want to do their part to help out the school. Now, you mentioned, obviously, the golf team and the volleyball team and the soccer. Correct me if I'm wrong, the fall sports, those three sports that I mentioned, do they fall into the new divisional breakdown now, or does that not start
till? They do. No, that
okay.
starts this year. So we got some changes with that. For the most part, with our 7 division sports, we end up in D6 with our girls sports. Soccer goes to 5 divisions, so we're D5 with that. Those changes take place. So we'll be interested to see. Football-wise, we are a D6 school now. I know you look at our schedule, and I try to get even my dad to understand it every year. He's like, well, you're playing this team, you're playing that team. Yeah, they're a lot bigger than us size-wise. That's a credit to our kids, our coaching staff for preparing our kids. But, sometimes that gets pretty challenging schedule-wise because we're trying to do right by our kids and put us in games where they're going to be competitive and have a chance to be successful. When you're going up against teams that are quite a lot bigger than you, that sometimes can be a challenge, but so far they've handled it. So that's kudos to Coach Slusser and his staff and our kids in the program.
Right.
Now, with that divisional change or the division expansion, so to speak, in some of the sports, do you expect that means a little bit more travel maybe for Ridgewood, or maybe some teams coming in that you haven't seen before?
I think it does mean, I know especially for football, some teams that in our region that we haven't seen in playoff competition that we're excited for. A lot of the other sports, some of the teams stay the same, and then you get a couple that are new. So I'm excited to see how all that plays out. I will say I forgot to mention our cross-country team. Our girls, we had Kenzie Bice and Aiden Salmon go to regionals last year, but our girls team was one place away from going to regionals. They've got a lot back, and they've looked good too this year. So Coach Croy and Coach McCurdy are doing an awesome job with them too.
I would say those sound like some familiar names from track season, so that doesn't surprise me, and it does sound like they're off to a great start.
Yeah.
Yeah, some names that definitely popped up a few times at the top of the list, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Looking at, with the high school football season, you already mentioned off to a great start, and I know you guys have a lot of pride in what the Generals do on the football field year in and year out. Something, I guess, that you could see on the football field and pretty much for all your guys' sports, you have relatively a small town for your district, but be that as it may, it always seems like you guys have great totals in terms of the kid participation.
It's unreal. Our kids do a great job participating. I think a lot of that's kudos to our coaching staffs because they're willing to work together to share athletes, and that doesn't happen at all schools. But they're willing to make sacrifices so that all of our teams can be successful. And it's a really cool environment for all of our competitions. Friday nights are kind of like an event around here, and that comes with what the football program's been, but it also comes with all sorts of community support that makes that happen.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I guess just real quickly, looking ahead, I know I've already asked you a question about it, but winter scheduling, I mean, you're probably almost about done with that, and you have to have those schedules probably finalized very soon.
Yeah, we're getting ready to roll. It's kind of crazy that you look up and it is like clockwork. I mean, football season comes and hey, it's week 2, it's week 3, and then you look up and it's like, oh my goodness, we're almost to winter sports. So yeah, those schedules pretty much finalized, and those practices will be starting before we know it. So yeah, we're looking forward to those, but still trying to enjoy what we got left of the fall right now.
Absolutely.
Don't be fooled. Adam said he asked him a question about that. What that actually was is, hey, you got your basketball schedule ready to go yet? You knew that question was coming.
It's that time.
It is that time. Well, Athletic Director Jesse Smolder for the Ridgewood Generals, we cannot thank you enough for your time here, and thank you so much always for whenever we come down here for anything Ridgewood, so much great hospitality. We really appreciate it.
Well, appreciate what you guys do for all the kids, but especially our kids in the community.
Stick around, because coming up here in just a little while, we will have head coach John Slusser for the Ridgewood Generals football team talking about their year thus far, and we'll see what else we can get out of him.
We'll see.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Stay tuned right here on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel.
In the rolling hills of Holmes County, we tend to do things a bit differently. At Keim, we're in the business of uncommon experiences, and we're here to care for your project like we care for our own. We believe that quality matters and want to help you get it right the first time, because your project deserves it. So visit Keim Home Center, your source and destination for all things home, building, and woodworking. Keim, built on trust since 1911.
When you think pizza, think Amici's Pizza, with locations in West Lafayette and Chenaden-Hutton. Amici's Pizza offers you your favorite traditional pizzas, as well as specialty pizzas, subs, wings, and salads. Everything from the dough to the sauce is made fresh daily. There's just something different about a pizza from Amici's. Try one today in West Lafayette or Chenaden-Hutton. Big city taste for a small city price. Learn more. Find Amici's on Facebook.
It is the Big Z Sports Extra Point Show, built by the Keim Home Center with tape delay, apparently.
I would say just a little movement with that finger that's helpful.
It shows how much I pay attention. Yeah. That's what we're hearing. Well, first and foremost, before we get started here in another segment, big thank you to Amici's Pizza for providing food for everybody and providing food for all the athletes you're going to see here from the Generals, and providing food for somebody else who's sitting to my right. It is head coach John Slusser. And Coach, first and foremost, thanks for always having us down here and always providing access to your program. A little bit better weather conditions than the last time we saw you.
Right, it is. It's not quite as wet in here. I've got my sweatshirt on because I forgot, and I actually dressed like an Indian Valley person, so I didn't want to wear my
I was going to say, he had red and blue. It was shocking.
Yeah, I looked like Indian Valley guy.
So you figured you better cover that up, right?
But it's the good blue, not Garraway blue. You know what I mean?
I got you. I understand.
But it's the Indian Valley red. It's not a good look.
He's much more at home in the orange and black, that is for sure.
Yeah, actually, the last 2 times we've done stuff with Ridgewood, obviously last week's game, Monsoon, with the game out at Carrollton, and last year's Extra Point show, I think you needed a canoe to get from the parking lot into this building.
I remember that.
So, yeah, we definitely bring the rain to you, I guess.
Didn't today.
No.
We could have used it, too. I wish you would have brought it. Our field's starting to look like a desert.
Well, Coach, I want to get right into it whenever it comes to the season thus far. And, I'm not going to put you on the spot and ask you for an actual grade on how everything has gone. But, early in the season, the Generals have definitely had a pretty good amount of success, obviously, with the way the record looks. What's been working for you guys? Maybe what are some of the things that you've been talking about that you want to improve on?
I think the best thing that's been working for us is we've enjoyed practicing, and we've been a tight-knit group. I've said this before. I don't know that we have any top-end players, but we have a lot of good players and a lot of good teammates on this group. I think they do a great job of sticking together and buying into being a team. And we're not going to wow you with our stature or our ability, but we do play hard. So, I don't know where we rank in the state. Actually, I do. I think we're 5th today, which if we're the 5th best team, the Ohio's in trouble. But
there it is.
Listen, we do a good job believing and playing who we are. I think we're kind of figuring out who we are, and it's kind of what we talk about all the time. Always got to know who you are and what you are. Know your role, and I think we've done a good job. I really like this group. I like this group of kids.
Well, I know some people would call it growing pains, but last year you went 8-2. That's not really real painful. But how nice is it to have basically the same group from last year, and you roll right into this year? How nice is that?
Well, that's what I told people when they were saying, you guys going to be. Well, I mean, we should be better. We return everybody. If you're not, that's probably on your assistant coaches. I mean,
it's not on you.
No.
I know that.
It has nothing to do with me. But it's on my assistants. I mean, if you have all your guys back, you should be better the next year. And if you're not, that's probably on you. I mean, you can only sell people with, boy, we're young or we're this for so long. Eventually, you got to produce something. And I thought we'd be better this year, and so far we have. Now, we haven't been put to the medal yet. We've only been behind for about 3 minutes of the season. So, I always say you can't really judge a team until you do something like you make it come from behind at the end of the game or something like that. So we'll see when the fire starts and how we respond and if we stick together through things like that. But right now, it's easy to be great teammates and it's easy to have fun, and we are. So good for the kids, and they've been a joy to be around.
Now, something that's kind of interesting, it's not technically playing from behind or with that fire, but, you guys at halftime last week were only up 7-0, and I know you weren't overly pleased with the way some things went, a couple of red zone turnovers, and I know that when you guys came out in the second half, it really seemed like the attitude had kind of changed in terms of, going out there and getting the business done for the Generals. What did you guys kind of discuss, or what did you try to correct heading into that second half last week?
Well, I mean, we tried to make defensive adjustments. We blew some things in the first half. I mean, it still wasn't bad. I mean, I think we gave up one first down in the first half, but no, that's not true. They put a drive together right before half that we stuffed out at the end. But we played pretty well. Offensively, I thought we played well. We just, with a penalty or with a turnover, and good teams don't do that. And if they do, they figure out ways to overcome it, which we did. I'm going to sound like a broken record here, but I've never been that guy. And we've had a lot of success here as far as wins and losses go. But ultimately, whether we end up 8-2 again or 12-0 or we get to this, I don't have those goals, and I don't talk to them about that. We talk about being better people because whether we make it to the state finals or the first round of the playoff, it's not going to change my life, and it's not going to change who I am. Mm-hmm. My main job is to continue this program, make sure kids are having fun, make sure they understand about being teams and not being selfish people throughout life. And I think this group exemplifies that, and they're doing a great job. I'm proud of who they are, whether they win or lose, whether we make a run or we don't make a run. It won't change my life, and it won't change theirs. But being a part of this and being the young men that they are, it will.
It's nice that you said something like that because it's very true. I mean, the kids that go have an outstanding football career in high school, and they, made a deep run 3 out of their 4 years they were in school. And then there's the kids that they may have won 7 games the whole time they were in high school. They all have memories.
Right.
It doesn't matter what they're good memories too, because it takes them back to when they played high school football.
And I found this out from coaching over the years in all the sports I coach. We've won the state championship with the track relay. We've been to the state Final Four in football. We've been to 4 or 5 regional finals. We've won the league. It doesn't really change your life, man. It's not like having your firstborn child. It's not like being married to an awesome woman. There's a lot of things that are better. What is awesome is you get to be around good kids. You get to mold them. And the best thing is, like, you guys have been here a few times. On Friday nights, this place is packed with ex-players. They're down on the field. Hearing my kids come back and wanting to be a part of it and talking good about it. That's the stuff that makes it important. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not a loser. I would like to win every game, and I want expectations on our program. But you can ask the kids. We don't ever talk about, oh, we're going to win this game or we're going to do that. We're going to be great teammates, and we're going to figure it out. And that's what we talk about a lot. Ultimately, winning, if you're good at that, winning will come.
Without a doubt. Now, there was something kind of more joking side that I want to ask about because we started something new. Adam wanted to make sure that we had a helmet for each team on the table every time we came out here. You can give Coach Gadd from Newcomerstown a hard time next time you see him because when we did this to start off the year, he used his kicker's helmet. So it was all nice and clean and everything. Whose helmet is that?
I don't know. It looks like one that took outside and slammed on the concrete.
Well, for anyone to figure that out, I was going to say, as opposed to the kicker's helmet,
It's Cess's.
Oh, okay, that's why. All right, yeah.
I promise he has hit it off the ground many a times. He did not get those from games. If he wants you to believe that, he's lying.
That's not gameplay, right?
No, that is not gameplay.
He's not even in. Oh no, there he is. I was going to say he's not even in here to defend himself.
And I will tell you what else. It's not even from practice. I promise you that. He might have dropped it against his locker and made scratch marks like that.
He looks so hurt right now that you said
So
that.
you're saying there's a chance, like when you guys left practice and he walked over the concrete, it may have slipped out of his hand?
I'm saying there's a chance when you said you needed a helmet, he went back here and banged that off the wall a few times before he brought it out here. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, pardon me. Well, no, for goodness sakes. But anyway, Coach, looking forward to the rest of the season. We just talked about you guys are welcoming in an opponent that you don't know anything about, you haven't seen before.
No, Utica's new to the schedule. They were pretty good last year. I can't tell you the record accurately. I want to say 7-3. They made the playoffs for the second round. They return a lot of guys. I think they're pretty good offensively. It'll be another game. It'll be a feeling out process and see where we stack up with them. The good news is it's here. Sometimes we play a little bit better here. Like I told you, we're not good enough to overlook too many people. We have 1 or 2 games on the schedule where we may go the next week practice, but this has been a Utica week and trying to get better. And, we try to narrow it down to each opponent and make that a big deal and try to figure it out. So our focus is on Utica this week and trying to be 4-0.
Absolutely. And, yeah, you're absolutely right. There's a reason the game's scheduled because it needs to be played. So there you can't look past anybody if you want to continue that successful season.
Right. I will tell you guys this. I don't know. You'll probably try to kick me off here in a sec. I called into the radio show. Were you in there last week?
I was the one you told that. I was actually the one that said, do you even watch football?
When I said, do you even watch football, I meant that in the most positive way.
I know you did, Coach.
You guys have turned it around like it was I don't know. It's like a bad connotation. I did not mean it that way.
No, we were laughing.
Yes.
I mean, we were. We know what to expect from you.
I heard you guys talking. I'm thinking these guys must really study the game so much because they ask such inquisitive questions. And then I thought, man, what if they watch it on top of that? So I wanted you to know that I meant it in the most positive way possible.
See, this was what was great is because Shannon and I were on the way back to the station. We went, oh, good, we dodged that bullet. We didn't get in trouble there. Well, Coach, thank you so much for your time as always. We look forward to following the Generals the rest of the season, and we'll be seeing you soon.
Hey, thank you guys so much for coming down. It's always a cool night when you guys come. I appreciate the things you guys do for our program. I do not vouch for anything these guys are going to say to you in the next half hour.
I figured
I think Sesser's going to say something that might be a little eye-opening after that.
You might have teed him up on that one.
Listen to me. I promise you this. Half of what they say will not be true. So take it with a grain of salt.
We'll keep that in mind, Coach. Okay. Head Coach John Slusser for the Ridgewood Generals live here on the Keim Home Center Extra Point Show. Stick around. We're going to get some Generals football players up here after this.
In the rolling hills of Holmes County, we tend to do things a bit differently. At Keim, we're in the business of uncommon experiences, and we're here to care for your project like we care for our own. We believe that quality matters and want to help you get it right the first time, because your project deserves it. So visit Keim Home Center, your source and destination for all things home, building, and woodworking. Keim, built on trust since 1911.
When you think pizza, think Amici's Pizza, with locations in West Lafayette and Gneaden-Hutton. Amici's Pizza offers you your favorite traditional pizzas, as well as specialty pizzas, subs, wings, and salads. Everything from the dough to the sauce is made fresh daily. There's just something different about a pizza from Amici's. Try one today in West Lafayette or Gneaden-Hutton. Big city taste for a small city price. Learn more. Find Amici's on Facebook.
Welcome back to the Keim Home Center Extra Point Show live from the Ridgewood Fieldhouse. Now it's time to talk to some players, and this is where we have fun. This is where, see, they're already smiling. I'm joined now by Grant Lammers and Matt Humphrey. And guys, welcome on to the show.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. So a lot of shows, you'll come on and talk to people, and it'll all be football, football. We like to give you a break from that, okay? So we're going to ask you some stuff that's kind of off the, not really what you would think. And I'll start easy. Grant, what's your favorite subject in school?
I'm actually a service aide for Coach Slusser, and I would say that's my favorite thing I do.
And see, he said, so that would be brownie points, and he already walked away. All right, Matt?
My favorite is weightlifting.
Which is also
with Coach Slusser.
Coach Slusser. See, brownie points. All right, now, not because of the teacher, but just subjects in school, what is your least favorite subject in school?
Definitely English class.
Okay, that's been a very popular choice in all shows we've done this year.
Yep.
Mine is math class.
Math class, okay. All right, so what you guys are obviously off to a fantastic start this year. I'll let each of you answer this. Throughout your high school career, what has been your favorite memory being a part of the Ridgewood General football team?
I'd probably say our home playoff win last year. I don't know. It was my favorite part of last year.
Okay. Which was obviously very special, being in front of the home crowd, getting that win and being able to advance into the playoffs. Matt?
Mine was when we beat Coshocton last year in that really close game.
Yeah, makes sense because you guys obviously, you go west and you're touching Coshocton, so that's a big rivalry, and then you go a little bit north and you're touching Riverview, so that's another rivalry. Yeah. So it's got to be nice to get those rivalry wins, a little bit more special, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, so Grant, do you have any pregame rituals? Like, do you have to put a sock on first, or
No, not really.
No pregame rituals.
Just listen to music.
All right, what's on your playlist?
It really depends on how I'm feeling.
Okay, so it's subject to change based on which makes. I can see that. That makes sense. Matt?
Mine is I have to go get food before a game.
All right, what's the choice?
I go to Dairy Hut.
Dairy Hut. Mm-hmm. Okay. You don't go for like a milkshake or a sundae, do you?
No.
Okay, that's good. That would be not brownie points with Coach Slusser if he knew you were having, like a sundae or a milkshake. I'm going to pull out a question that our Chris Kale came up with last week that I thought was really good. If you would come back as an animal, what animal would you want to be?
Probably an eagle. I don't know.
That was an answer. That was an answer. Just, yeah. Okay, Matt?
I would want to be a panda. They just kind of lay around all day.
Okay, so that could almost lead into another question. When you're not playing football, Matt, what do you enjoy doing?
I love to go fishing.
Okay, so you're not just laying around.
No, I'm not just laying around.
Okay, I thought I had you teed up there where you were going to say I just lay around, but no, I guess not. Okay, Grant.
Lay around.
Okay, laying around. Well, after a long week, a lot of practice and playing some game. Yeah, I get it. Let's see here. We have a table full of Amicis, right? What's your favorite thing to get from Amici's?
Oh, the chicken bacon ranch pizza.
The one that was that thing's amazing.
Yep.
Matt?
That's mine too. I love the chicken bacon ranch.
Okay,
pizza.
so the chicken bacon ranch is the go-to at Amici's, and I think I've seen just about everybody grab a slice of that, rightfully so, because it is very good. Have you guys had your homecoming yet?
No, it's this weekend.
This weekend, perfect timing. Are you going?
Yes.
Girlfriend or friend?
Girlfriend.
Girl, you want to give a shout out?
No.
No. Okay, denied. Matt?
I'm going with my friend.
Okay. You want to give a shout out to your friend?
No, he's
no.
He's all right.
Two denials on the girl shout outs. They're both going to homecoming, but denying on the shout out. That's fine. Understandable. Let's see here. Where can we go with this? Do you guys play any other sports?
I play basketball and baseball.
Okay, so you're busy all year.
Yeah.
I run track.
And you run track. All right. Anything you're looking forward to the rest of I know school just started, anything you're looking forward to obviously, we know you're excited for football season. What else are you looking forward to this school year?
Graduating, getting done with school.
Being done. That's a very senior-like answer.
I can't wait for track season.
Okay. We did some track coverage last year. I don't know if you remember that. We were down at the IBC, yeah. So I'm sure we'll be doing that again, and I'm sure we'll be seeing you. Let's see here. I don't know. I think I'm about out of questions. You guys might get off easy because I didn't have a real long list of questions to ask. But all right, well, Grant Lammers, Matt Humphrey, joining me from the Ridgewood Generals at the Field House. We'll be back on the Keim Home Center Extra Point Show right after this.
In the rolling hills of Holmes County, we tend to do things a bit differently. At Keim, we're in the business of uncommon experiences, and we're here to care for your project like we care for our own. We believe that quality matters and want to help you get it right the first time, because your project deserves it. So visit Keim Home Center, your source and destination for all things home, building, and woodworking. Keim, built on trust since 1911.
When you think pizza, think Amici's Pizza, with locations in West Lafayette and Chenaden-Hutton. Amici's Pizza offers you your favorite traditional pizzas, as well as specialty pizzas, subs, wings, and salads. Everything from the dough to the sauce is made fresh daily. There's just something different about a pizza from Amici's. Try one today in West Lafayette or Chenaden-Hutton. Big city taste for a small city price. Learn more. Find Amici's on Facebook.
Welcome back into the Extra Point Show built by the Keim Home Center for the final time today from the Ridgewood Generals Field House. And, of course, a huge thank you to Amici's Pizza for providing the meal for the team tonight. And some of the guys who enjoyed that meal, go ahead and introduce yourselves, fellas.
I'm Aiden Sparger. I play middle linebacker and running back.
I'm Logan Sesser. I play offensive tackle and defensive tackle.
Aiden, I'm pretty sure that you got thrown under the bus last year and you were on here. Logan, were you on too?
Yep.
That's what I thought. Okay. See, I do remember some things every now and again. Logan, first and foremost, I was going to start with you just because, like he said, offensive, defensive line, he can attest that, no, this isn't off the pavement, right?
No. It's definitely not off the pavement.
I really wanted to start with you guys from looking at the game last week. Obviously got delayed a little bit. That can never be fun. What do you guys try to do to pass the time whenever there's a delay?
Usually we just sat in the locker room for the longest time trying to listen to music and stay in the zone. And it got a little tough at first, but then we got used to it.
Well, it couldn't have been great when you guys went out, though, and it's still pouring rain, though.
I mean, it was better than being trapped in that room in there.
That's fair enough. I get it. So for you guys, both seniors, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Looking back through the 4 years now, well, not quite 4 total years, of course, you guys have had a ton of success. Ridgewood football has had a ton of success. Any specific fond memories, maybe your favorite memory from throughout your high school career so far?
I think mine is beating Sandy Valley last year. That was a fun game, and it came down to the wire, and it was pretty fun to win that one.
I'd have to say being Coshocton last year, it was a big game. They had a bunch of guys coming in that they thought was pretty good, and coming out with the win, just winning by 1 point was a really big deal for us.
Yeah, without a doubt. Now, you are both names that we have said many times on various different broadcasts. Aiden, I know, running back, linebacker, and like you said, both sides of the line. You guys this year, something we talked to Coach Slusser about before the game on Friday night, was you maybe were a little bit smaller this year than you have been in years past, but you weren't going to back down from any kind of fight. Is that something that you guys really hold as a chip on your shoulder?
Yeah, we think we can be pretty good this year, and we're enjoying playing with each other, so it's making it pretty fun.
Yeah, I mean, I think us being so small, a big thing we focus on is seeing how tough we are, and, pushing through the adversity and stuff like that. Like, it really is a big deal when we get all the people to the ball and stuff on defense, because we just don't have the size like other teams do.
Well, just keep eating more of that Amici's pizza and keep lifting. That's the crazy thing is we came in here to get set up, and there were a bunch of guys in here already still lifting and doing everything. I know Coach Slusser, that's huge for him, right? You guys getting that extra time in the weight room?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, do you enjoy that? Or
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good. See, they're answering correctly. I don't see Coach Slusser, but he's probably got eyes on him right now.
He's back there vacuuming right now.
Oh, vacuuming. That's like his decompressing thing, isn't it?
It's his relaxation of the day every morning.
So Coach Slusser has the vacuuming. Do you guys have anything that you do to decompress after a game or a practice?
I usually just go home and lay in my bed. I mean,
Fair enough.
I stay in the shower for a little longer after games. Try to rest the body in there. Maybe turn it a little colder than usual, trying to get all the soreness out before the next morning where we have to come back in here and run after film. So
that's that's supposed to help you, right?
Yeah.
The running after, even though it's as painful as you can imagine at the start. You guys obviously off to that great start. You play Utica next week. You're about to get in the cusp of the IVC season. We know we don't have to tell you guys how important that is, but what would it mean to you guys in your senior year to get another IVC championship?
It'd be awesome. We haven't won one in a couple of years, and our grade hasn't been what everybody thought was going to be the greatest year, so I thought it'd be pretty cool if our grade could prove a lot of people wrong.
Yeah, it would be really big for our grade because, we came in as freshmen and we were looked at as being like the downhill of Ridgewood, and since we haven't won one since we haven't even won one, my grade, so winning one would be really big for us.
Well, we'll definitely be watching that, and you guys are off to a great start for that. Now, outside of the football stuff, I will ask you some other things. Favorite subject in school?
I said weightlifting last year, so I think I'm going to have to stick with it.
Once again, he's getting brownie points with Coach Schluss.
I would also have to say weightlifting as well, like I did last year.
Both are getting brownie points with Coach Schluss then. Any favorite subjects you guys have, anything that you guys do outside of football, other sports?
I usually go fishing with Matt a lot. Me and him like to go.
Not really. If you count gaming as a hobby,
yeah,
maybe.
Sure.
I do PRS outside of football, so precision rifling, shooting. So it's probably about it.
Yeah, no, that's anything that you got for a hobby. That's always a good thing. Do you guys have anything in terms of outside of maybe those hobbies that you like to do? Maybe what you're looking to do in the future?
I'm looking into being an athletic trainer whenever I get out of high school, going to college for that. So.
Oh, man, I ain't got really no plan. I'm running a little late here.
I will tell you, don't feel pressure to have one straight out the door. I promise. I was going to start off in engineering, and then here I am talking in front of a camera. I don't know how that happened, but... and also for you guys, any favorite, I know I asked about the favorite memories from football, but is there any place that you guys had to go to play that you actually like to go to play? Everybody loves to play in their home stadium, but there's always some of those away venues that you really like going to as well.
Our sophomore year, we had to go play at Berkshire, and that was a really cool field. I mean, the lights were all purple. It was pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, I would definitely have to be Berkshire. They would flicker the lights and stuff. It felt like you were playing at the Super Bowl. It was crazy out there, crazy experience.
I'll have to catch a game down there. I hadn't heard that before. So here, I'll ask you this, just because Amici's provided the food here tonight. Do you have a favorite pizza from Amici's?
Definitely the chicken bacon ranch.
I was just about to say chicken bacon ranch.
All right.
It's a good pizza.
The mac and cheese pizza always seems to be a top tier, but chicken bacon ranch is never far behind. There's nothing bad from Amici's ever. It's all delicious.
True.
Any personal goals that you guys have for the rest of this season? Anything like a benchmark that you want to achieve?
It's going to be pretty hard, but as of right now, our defense has let up 0 points, and we're kind of hoping to keep that rolling for as long as we can.
Personal goal, I'd probably say to make it to the Final Four. That would be pretty cool as a team to accomplish because it's been since 2009 since we've done it, so it would be pretty cool to do that.
Now, looking at the game last week that you guys had and all the games throughout this season, I want to clarify something too, because we accidentally mistakenly said about giving up some points, and your coach said, no, that was a safety. That wasn't on the defense. So for you guys, whenever it seems like you've got that great unity together and you guys always come out the same way here at Ridgewood every year, run me through that when you're running out onto the field or just about to take the field. It seems like there's so much intensity going on there. How much fun is that being all together in that scrum before you get started?
Oh, it's amazing. I mean, you're right there with all your friends that you've grown up with for your entire life, and you're basically getting ready to go to war with each other.
It's an crazy feeling having the crowd yell and everything while you're running out, and when your friends are by your side, it personally calms me down knowing the people I'm running with beside me have my back.
Any favorite professional sports teams? It could be NFL, baseball, basketball.
For baseball, I'm a Cubs fan, Chicago Cubs.
I'm so sorry. Well, not a few years ago, I'm not so sorry, but yeah.
Me personally, I don't really watch that many sports.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really have a favorite team, but if I would say, I'd probably say the Browns.
It's so interesting that it's always the linemen who never seem to have a favorite team. I don't know what's up with that.
I just never watched football.
Well, that's fair.
I just started watching football like maybe a year ago.
Oh, okay. Well, and if you're a Browns fan, I'm sorry. Don't keep watching then.
Yeah, it's been pretty tough.
Well, guys, anybody you want to say hi to before we wrap up?
No, thank you.
Hi, Rylan. I'm out here, living life, doing things. My phone's dead, can't text you. Sorry about that. But what's up?
Aiden just got super embarrassed on Logan's behalf, I think. Well, thank you both so much for coming in here and talking. And, hey, we look forward to seeing what the Generals do the rest of the season.
All right, thank you.
That is the Keim Home Center Extra Point Show, and that looks like that is going to do it for us here from the Ridgewood Generals Fieldhouse. Thank you to everybody who's tuned in. And, of course, get subscribed to the Big Z Sports YouTube channel. You get notified every single time we go live. Of course, we'll have plenty of high school football coverage coming up on Friday night. Check us out on social media, too, for all the latest scoring updates. For Adam Seweski and Casey Claxon, as well as Natalie Holbrook, I'm Nick McWilliams. We'll be back at a high school near you soon, Z Country.
Thanks for watching this Claxon Communications production of high school sports on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel. For the latest news and scores, follow Big Z Sports on Facebook, on Twitter @Big_Z Sports, and on Instagram. Don't miss any of the live stream coverage all season long by simply subscribing for free to Big Z Sports on our YouTube channel. For the best in high school sports coverage, there is only one.